Hey, hey, ladies and gentlemen, CocoSports.com proudly presents Wrestle AM, half wrestling show, half morning show, pretty much all BS. You got me right now riding solo, sexiest man on all internet wrestling radio. Boom, boom, here shaking a room live from the RVA, Richmond, Virginia. Well, happy Thanksgiving. It is Thanksgiving morning here at the house, and about to go start my turkey in just a little bit because that's going to take forever to cook. But figured since I had a moment here, I was going to sit down with my cup of coffee and I was going to talk a little bit of wrestling news. Now, unless you've been under a rock in probably the last 48 hours, there's a big buzz coming out of the wrestling world about the Elite. The Elite. Cody and the Bucks could be starting their own wrestling promotion. Now, last month, there was a rumor that went around. I think it was SE Scoops. I know maybe Meltzer had put it that there was a rumor that Chris Jericho and Jim Ross were going to start their own promotion, and maybe there'd be some involvement with Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks. You know, nobody really put that much into it. Both Jericho and Jim Ross vehemently denied those accusations or those rumors, excuse me. There was also talks that, AXS would be, involved with it. They've denied that. Well, it's recently come to light that maybe there's a little truth to this. WrestlingNews.co and also through a Reddit thread have discovered that there have been several trademarks have been filed. This group called All Elite Wrestling LLC. They list their address is 1 TIAA Bankfield Drive in Jacksonville. Now that's the address for the stadium of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Shad Khan, he's the guy who owns the Jacksonville Jaguars, have registered some trademarks. They've registered All Elite Wrestling and the acronym AEW. They've also trademarked the phrases AEW Double or Nothing, AEW All Out, and they've also trademarked the phrase Tuesday Night Dynamite. And it's listed, and that last one there is listed for, I'm quoting here, listed for use with television featuring sports, entertainment, and subjects of general human interest. Now, if you remember, and of course you do, this past summer, Labor Day weekend, the Elite did All In, and at the end they thought, well, maybe they're going to announce another show. Somebody had thought about maybe calling that one Double or Nothing or All In 2, but we never really heard anything. And then it was like, was it just a one and done? How are things going to go? And we just really haven't heard anything. Well, then the rumors started popping up that maybe they're going to start a new promotion that's been denied. But now, I mean, there's no denying this. Pro Wrestling Sheet has shown a couple of at least mock-ups here of some artwork here for Double or Nothing and All Out. And this is a long way out here. Things are now starting to make sense. That shows why the Young Bucks, if you watch Being the Elite, they tend to play with the audience. There's the ticking clock. There's the teases of H showing up and asking, basically put the Stardust costume back in Cody's suitcase, where Cody's now gone crazy. His eyes are rolled the back of his head, and he's now quoting off WWE historical stats. This most recent episode, they gave Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels whistles, or H gave them gifts that had whistles in them and said they were going to call them coaches, teasing that they'd be coaches at NXT. It seems like they're really just playing along here. And Jim Ross, I mean, his contract with New Japan has expired, and I don't know if he's currently under a deal. If he is, it's not going to be long here, at least through March or whatever with WWE. So he would be free. Jericho is already independent. I mean, hell, he just got back from his own cruise. Kenny Omega's contract's coming up. So it makes sense. It seems like pieces are, slowly coming into place. Now, I really do wish them the best of luck. But do you think this new promotion could do something? Do you really feel like, because it looks like, if you have Tuesday Night Dynamite, you would think, okay, well, they're going to go Tuesday nights, which would be have them up against SmackDown. And I think depending on how fast they get this together, they may, but I don't think they will, because I believe SmackDown is going to Friday nights once they get the Fox deal. And with that being said, that would leave them Tuesday nights unopposed. And I know I would tune in just to see what they would do. Any idea who they would get? And, well, that's one question they got asked to me. What would they get? And I kept thinking, well, look at, All In. Look at the people they were able to land there. Maybe that, I'm not saying they're going to get everybody that was on All In, but just look at some of the caliber talent that they got. And I'm thinking, well, if they could get some of them and then find maybe some fresh faces that nobody's ever heard of, some people just starting out, I think they could put together a decent promotion with the Khans backing them. And which, by the way, Khan is like one of the richest men in the United States. I mean, hell, he's even, besides promoting the Jacksonville Jaguars, I believe he owns like a company or a department store or something out in the UK. So this guy, isn't going to be, rolling pennies for gas anytime soon. And as far as a TV deal, I know there were WGN execs at All In. Maybe they like what they saw. I mean, barely advertising it. They still pulled about 100,000 viewers with barely even advertising it. And not to seem disrespectful, but more people attended All In and more people watched All In, the free show on All In on WGN, to watch the finale of Lucha Underground. But I know I'm comparing apples to oranges. But what would you like to see in it? I mean, what would you like to see? I mean, would you like to see you want to see Cody and the Bucks run it, or do you want to see them pass it off to a different booker? Maybe bring in somebody like Tommy Dreamer, something like that. Would you like to see them run it, or then pass it off to somebody else? What would you like to see? Would you like to see more high flying, more technical, hardcore, mixture? What would you want? What would you want to see? But I think it's great overall, great for wrestling, because I've always said this, and Coco's always said this. Anytime there is competition in wrestling, the fans always win. And to me, this is no exception. This is going to be, it's one hell of a project. It's a ballsy move. I'll give them that. But just down in the comment section, tell me, what do you want to see? Who do you think they're gonna sign, and do you think it'll be successful? Do you put, okay, well, you know what? Just to make it interesting, I want to put the over under at 2 years. Do you think it'll last less than 2 years or more than 2 years? Just playing around. I mean, I really do wish them all the best of luck. I hope they're extremely successful. But I just want to know what you think. Also, man, some shit went down in Puerto Rico. Don't know if you saw this. I mean, this shit made it onto my fucking Facebook page. There was some shit that, I mean, I've seen some shit that made me cringe before, but shit, this made me a little queasy here. There was a co-show that was run in Puerto Rico by Lucha Memes and Lucha Libre Boom. I believe Lucha Memes is out of Mexico and Lucha Libre Boom is out of Puerto Rico. And they had this match between Angel Odimino, I hope I pronounced that correctly. If not, I apologize, and Puerto Rico's Cuervo. Well, at this one part of the match, Cuervo goes to the outside, and Angel picks up a goddamn cinder block. No, people said bricks. No, I've watched the video multiple times. It was not a brick. It was a goddamn cinder block. Picks up a fucking cinder block. Now, bear in mind, Angel's on the inside of the ring. Cuervo was on the outside of the ring. He's like selling. He's throwing the outside. I got to get my shit together. Angel picks up a cinder block. I'm trying to stress this. A cinder block. Picks that motherfucker up and just chunks it at Cuervo. Hits him square in the goddamn head. I thought he fucking killed him. I am not joking. I thought he fucking killed him. Because when you see a little blood splatter on the ground, that's not a good sign, y'all. So Angel throws this fucking cinder block from the inside of the ring up there in the ring, down over the ropes onto Cuervo, hits him square in the goddamn head, and legitimately knocked him the fuck out. And the referee comes over there, a doctor comes over there. They eventually, I guess maybe the good news is Angel eventually came back around, but they stopped the match right there. They helped Angel to the back, or no, excuse me, helped Cuervo to the back, excuse me. Angel kind of talked to the fans, and they just basically kind of called the match. And I thought, well, maybe this was an accident, maybe this was because the cinder block, it looked like, you remember the cinder blocks that they used, that Cage and the Mac used in Ultima Lucha, or the cinder blocks that Seth Rollins used to stomp. He put Dean Ambrose's head on it, did the curb stomp on him, and it broke the. That's what I thought it was. I thought, well, maybe there's these gimmick cinder blocks, and it just didn't break. No, apparently that was not planned, and Angel was saying it was our receipt because Cuervo gave him some stiff chair shots. And then I thought, well, maybe this was just too far. And there were reports. Now I had to go look it up via Google Translate, but what the memo that got put out is that Angel is pretty much okay. They had to send him to the hospital, and he had to undergo surgery for a blood clot in his head, but he's fine. He's fine, so that's good. And then they have suspended Angel. Angel's been suspended. Cuervo had to go get fucking brain surgery. So, yeah, that's way too fucking far. Kurt Angle said that he'd like to fucking get his hands on fucking Angel for pulling that shit. Dude, I don't know what the fuck it is, man. People fucking shooting on each other and doing all this bullshit. So I got to ask you this, Internet Infantry. One, did you think that Angel or Dimano went too far? He said he was, hit several times by some stiff chair shots, and this was just a receipt. But is that actually just a receipt? Is it going too far? Or do you think this whole thing is fucking bullshit? Do you think it is a fucking work? Do you think it's, they're just straight up lying to kind of get attention because we never heard of this promotion? We never would have heard of this event had this shit not gone down. Do you think there was legitimately a surgery? Do you think Angel is legitimately suspended? Or do you believe it's real? From what I've seen on the video, I might have been inclined to believe that it was a work, but that cinder block did not really break, and there was blood splatter on the fucking ground. So I'm inclined to believe this is a little bit more legit than not. But tell me down there in the comment section what you think. And finally, because I want to end this on a high note here. Wrestle Kingdom coming up January 4th, Tokyo Dome. Good news here. If you don't have a subscription to New Japan World, AXS TV, they announced on Wednesday that for the first time ever, the network's going to present Wrestle Kingdom 13 the same day. Now, it's not going to be the full broadcast. It's going to, if you want to watch Wrestle Kingdom here in the United States, or at least here where I live on the East Coast, it's 3 a.m. Eastern, midnight Pacific. So if you've got a subscription to New Japan World, if you're on the West Coast, you want to stay up super late. If you're like me on the East Coast, you want to get up super early, watch the whole, I think it's like a 4 or 5 hour event. I think it's actually good. I think it is going to be, 5 hours, about a 5 hour event. It'll air at 8 on Friday night, January 4th on AXS at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. It's going to feature the English language commentary via Kevin Kelly and Don Callis, but it's not going to be the full event. They're going to show on January 4th, they'll show the first 2 hours. The following Friday, they're going to show the next 2 hours. And then on January the 18th, they'll wrap it up. And then after that, they'll start featuring New Year's Dash and then New Beginnings and Sapporo after that. So it's looking like a pretty good event. Or so I got to ask this: if you have the opportunity, are you going to be like me? Because I've got a subscription to New Japan World, which I absolutely love. And I did this a couple of years ago. Actually, I think I did it last year too. I got up super early and just started watching it live. And I will tell you this much. I know it's a pain in the ass, but I think it's worth it to get up, because then that way there's absolutely no spoilers. Nothing can leak. You know, you can't find out the result of a match before. I mean, you watch it live. There's the suspense. You don't know how long a match is going to go. And it just really adds to the excitement. I mean, I remember I was watching this was the first time I actually got up to watch it live was the year that Omega and Okada, their first match. And I remember trying to keep my mouth shut because I wanted to stand up and cheer. So that's definitely, to me, that's definitely worth it. But, or do you want to wait for AXS, and watch it, there, maybe get the spoilers ahead of time and just want to see how it played out? Me, I'm still going to get up super at the butt crack. I mean, not even the butt crack of dawn. Even the sun's got more sense than to be up that fucking early. I'm going to get up early and just watch it just because I fucking love it. Real quick, here is the partial card that has been released. Now, right now, you still got the tag tournament going on. That should be maybe like the final card, maybe a couple more. Let's see here. Here's what we got. Hang on. That's not right. Something just fucked up. And nope. Hang on. Sorry. This delay in the internet here brought to you by cocosports.com, KOCOsports.com. Your home for combat sports, where the world goes to kick ass, and most importantly, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. I apologize. My internet just fucking said, fuck you. Okay, here we go. So right now, here's the partial card here for Wrestle Kingdom 13. I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up. You have Kazuchika Okada versus Jay White. You have Tomohiro Ishii versus Zack Sabre Jr. for the Rev Pro British Heavyweight Championship. I have a three-way for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Wait a minute, it's actually showing as a singles match now. That's okay. Kanemaru El Desperado versus Roppongi 3K. Kushida versus Taiji Ishimura for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Chris Jericho versus Tetsuya Naito for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, and Kenny Omega versus Hiroshi Tanahashi for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Now, of course, there could be some more stuff added. Of course, you can't forget about the New Japan Rumble. I think it's going to be a must see. But you guys tell me down here in the comments: are you going to watch it live, or are you going to watch it on AXS, or three, you're going to watch it maybe not via AXS, but maybe find a replay somewhere and watch it later on in the day when you wake up, or you're going to skip it all together. And two, what do you think? Who do you think is going to be the match? What do you think is going to be the best match? What do you think is going to be the surprise match? Because there's always, we can always say, well, the main event's going to be the best. And look on paper, it looks like it's going to be the best. But do you think Naito and Jericho will steal the show, or do you think it'll be Kushida and Ishimura? Will they steal the show? What do you think? All right. So, you know what, kids? That's going to do it for me. I got a turkey to make. It's going to take all damn day. I got Thanksgiving to enjoy, and I hope you certainly have a happy Thanksgiving. And if you go out shopping on Black Friday, please be safe. Just, be wary of other drivers, and just have a good time this weekend. Oh, and don't forget to participate in Small Business Saturday. It's support your local mom and pop shops. They need the boost too. So that's going to do it for me. So this is for Booms and for my partner, Dave Coco. The boom just went bang, and I am out.